Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, here at the 2018 New York Giants training camp. This is day 10, I believe. I know I've been going for quite a while, but it was at Browns camp. You guys saw that on YouTube. But back here, I believe it's day 10. Today, outside in the pads, it's a humid day. So let's take a look at some of the sights, some of the sounds, and some of the standouts from today's practice. I thought today's intensity was about where it needed to be for a team that's heading into its first preseason game this week, Thursday, as a matter of fact, against the Cleveland Browns. Not too intense, but intense enough to where we got to witness some really good competition going on today in 100-degree heat and humidity. In 9-on-7, I thought the defensive front seven got the better of the offense today. You saw the defense get great run fits, set the edge, and kept things clogged up in the middle of the defense. I'm also excited to see this defense compete against another opponent, as I think they're going to be really good this year, especially against the run. I thought the 7-on-7 period was pretty equal. Wide receiver Joel Davis, an undrafted rookie free agent out of Bethune-Cookman, made a couple of big catches during this period and really increased his level of play today. Quickly moving on to the team blitz period, defensive linemen B.J. Hill and corners Grant Haley and Curtis Riley were some of the standouts. It's going to be important for both Haley and Riley to continue to shine, as they have a big opportunity to see significant time at nickel, especially in the preseason. And there is a big battle to be had there, as well as the third wide receiver spot. Speaking of that spot, it wouldn't surprise me to see Giants go with more 12 personnel this season if they can't find a standout at number 3. Now, they have two good tight ends in Evan Ingram and also Rhett Ellison. Ellison is more of your blocker, your H-back, while Ingram can also serve as that pseudo number 3. So keep an eye on that moving forward if they can't find a standout at number 3. Cody Latimer was brought in via free agency to be that guy and has to start showing himself to be the guy, as he'll have to keep guys like Amba Edetawu, Khalif Raymond, and others away from that spot. I thought during the full team period, once again, the defense was the story. They are really starting to gel together as a unit. The only big play they gave up was a screen pass to rookie Saquon Barkley, who was able to get outside, find his way through traffic, and skirt down the sideline for a huge gain. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this was a defensive line focus today, 3-4 defense. I want to ask Coach Shermer, how does playing against a 3-4 present unique challenges for an offensive lineman? And here's what he had to say.
30 front is, the big raid. But from an offensive line perspective, what unique challenges does playing against a 30 present to an offensive line?
Well, there's certain runs that work. When you put 5 men on the line against 21 and 12 personnel, basically, there are certain runs that work well. There's certain ways you need to protect. You don't really want your back getting caught blocking those outside rushers who are basically defensive ends. And so those are pressure players. And really, when you look at those outside linebackers, they have 3 jobs to do. 1 is set the edge on the runs. 2 is pass rush, and then in a rare occasion we ask you to drop. So you're looking at edge setters and rushers. And so that's part of the dilemma. So your protection schemes change some. How you run the ball changes some. And so for us to be able to get that in practice is huge when we play teams that play 5 on the line. That being said, most of the time when you go to nickel, teams will show up in a 4-man front. So we get that part of it as well. And it's very rare that you don't see a team go with 4 down linemen. If you just do the math, right? You got an extra defensive lineman, or extra defensive back, so you take out a lineman.
Keeping with the defensive line focus, I spoke with Delvin Tomlinson, B.J. Hill, and Kristen Sokoli today. Be sure to check out those interviews on our YouTube channel. And all guys spoke about how they enjoy playing in this attack-style defense of James Bettcher, the new defensive coordinator. The defensive line, as a group, features players like Snacks Harrison, Kareem Martin, and there are 4 mentioned players I talked to today. And this is a group along with players like Josh Banks, Kerry Wynn, Robert Thomas, who are capable of manning any one of the techniques up front and can handle it well on both ends of defense. Robert Thomas actually, in my opinion, has been having a fantastic camp. He's been vocal out there on the practice field and also productive. And with the way the Giants can move these guys around and stay fresh, it makes things easier for the linebackers and edge rushers, which we'll get into tomorrow, to do their job. The defensive line, in my opinion, looks really solid for the G-men. So that's a wrap here from Giants Camp. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts, and be sure to check out all of my NFL team season previews on our website at youtube.com/footballgameplan and also at footballgameplan.com/NFL.